We got somebody who wants to step inside the Hall of Fame. Should we bring him in, Book?
Do it. Do it now.
All right,
I'll
let's
do
go
it
to
for you.
let's go to I think it's Daryl or Darrell. You're in the Hall of Fame. Welcome on the air. What's your question for Booker T?
Man, I thank y'all for listening to me again, but I need to find out the answer, man. Your boy Matt Riddle was throwing shots at Booker T and Chris Jericho and Lance Storm, man. What's up with that, man?
All right, appreciate that, Daryl. Appreciate that, Daryl. We got to talk about this book. I like that Daryl brought this up. A few.
They'll just say, let's just put it out there.
Yeah, now that it's out there, let's talk about it. A few weeks ago on the show, you were critical of Matt Riddle's criticism of Bill Goldberg and said, hey, before you criticize somebody else's work, you need to step your game up. Since then, Lance Storm has had a couple of comments about Matt Riddle, and Chris Jericho, as most recently as last night, at the time we're doing this, I think it was Sunday night, told Matt Riddle, hey, you need to listen and learn, kid, about the business and how we go about things. Matt Riddle then posted a video on his Twitter account, and we have a clip from it. I want to play the clip, Book, and then I want to get your reaction. This is Matt Riddle on Twitter today. Hold on. We're going to get it up here. This is Matt Riddle right now. Okay, we're having a little bit of a technical difficulty. We're having a technical difficulty. Sorry about that, Book. But
Some
Matt,
Isley still want to get in there.
Isley still want to get in. But Matt Riddle did talk about all the WCW guys, and he said, Lance Storm wants to bring something up. Then Chris Jericho wants to bring something up. Goldberg wants to bring something up, and Booker T. Now here's the clip. We figured it out. Here's the clip. Let's react to it.
I'm just gonna say this. I don't know what's going on with all these WCW guys. Legitimately. Chris Jericho, you came at me. I don't know why you're saying listen and learn, kid. I'll beat the shit out of you. I don't understand that. I don't get it. You're soft as hell. Maybe back in your prime, but even then I would have beat the shit out of you then. So listen and learn from me, bro. All right. And Booker T, I really like you, Booker T. Really didn't want any heat with you. But you said I couldn't work, and I'm pretty sure if you watch a couple of my matches, you'll probably realize you were really wrong about that. So that's it. I want everybody to know where I'm coming from, because I'm a pretty sweet guy.
Well, that was Matt Riddle. That's what he said. He said he don't want to smoke with Booker T. I think that he's probably a smart man for that. But, Book, what do you think about Matt Riddle's comments today?
Wow. I've been saying that it's all over the internet. And my thing is, it's kind of hard. It's kind of, hard as far as, I don't know how should I take it. Me personally, I know if I was a young guy in the business and someone like Chris Jericho gave me a little bit of advice, someone like Chris Jericho, be that as it may what a guy's working at right now, but if Chris Jericho was to give me some words of advice, he might be one of the guys to listen to just because of the career that he's had. Chris Jericho has been one of those guys to have been not the biggest guy in the locker room, but when Chris Jericho went out and performed, he worked 6'4" tall. He was 250 pounds. That's the way he worked. That's why Chris Jericho rose to the level of success that he did. When WWE brought Chris Jericho in 2000, it was Y2J. It was that big. It was the countdown. It was like the New Year's going off. That's how big it was when Chris Jericho made his arrival in the company. And it didn't stop there. The guy went on to have great matches with, Stone Cold Steve Austin, Triple H, The Rock. And when a guy like that is giving you some words of, wisdom, I don't think Chris was shooting at him or coming at him or anything. It didn't sound like it.
Not
just
to me
said,
either.
Very, very simple. What was the quote?
He told Matt Riddle based off a passage. Another person put out a tweet from Chris Jericho's book where Jericho kind of essentially said, you got to respect the elders, especially in the promos, know where you're coming from. And all Jericho did was retweet it, tag Riddle in it, and said, listen and learn. You know?
which was almost like, hey man, hey, listen and learn, because that's what this business is really about: listening and learning. When The Rock said, "Know your role and shut your mouth," that's true. Know your role and shut your mouth. When guys back in the day didn't know their role, they didn't last very long in the business. So my thing is this, hopefully Matt Riddle will go on and have a great career, but I don't think it's, in the octagon, calling guys out to a fight, it may be wise, but out in real life, calling a man out to a fight is just not wise, because, fighting these days is not something men do outside the octagon. People get hurt really bad. So the guy could have a great career. Hopefully he will. We'll see. We'll find out in the long run.
Absolutely. I mean, I don't think there's anything wrong with speaking your mind about stuff, but you also, like you said, it's a brotherhood, and you gotta respect your elders. But I mean, I will say, he's a smart man for not wanting any smoke with Booker T. I will say, that.
well, not only that, the same road you go up, you go down that same road. And that road, is all going to be, how much, how much you put into, making sure that road is, passable on the way back. You know what I mean? Because some of those bridges, they may have been, knocked down. You know what I mean? There might be a whole lot of potholes in the road on the way down that you didn't have on the way up. You know what I mean? And one thing about guys like Riddle, in 10 years, I don't know how old he is now, but in 10 years, he's going to be 10 years older. And there's some young guy going to be saying the same thing about him if he happens to make it that far.
Hey, that's facts from the Hall of Famer himself. Once again,